What Feng Shui experts never tell you. That's what we're talking about today. Hi there, I am Patricia, and I'm so delighted to get this opportunity to share with you some things that Feng Shui experts never tell you. And I don't believe that they purposely try to hide it from you. But what has happened is that this ancient practice, 5,000 years old practice, came from the East to the West, and some of it got diluted into little tips, and lots of information maybe got misconstrued and also not really shared in the way that personally I find most educational and supportive for people who are interested in embracing Feng Shui. Now, the most important thing that when it comes to Feng Shui is that there are different schools of Feng Shui. As I said, it came from the East, it got changed. So there are some schools of Feng Shui that are much more like cookie cutter approach. Like they approach Feng Shui from the philosophy that your house is your house, this is the shape, you divide it this way, you treat every single house exactly the same way. Now, from my perspective and from the school of Feng Shui that I've been practicing, and I've seen thousands of amazing success stories for our members of Powerhouse and clients all over the years, I know that one size does not fit all. It is not a cookie cutter approach. And the reason that we have to even just logically think about this is that every house and home looks different. You know, for example, our home is here, it's in the beautiful Dublin mountains, and we have, when you drive in, you can see the windows, the front door in one perspective, and it looks like the face of the house. So the face of our house looks different to the face of our neighbor's house. They all look different, first of all. The second thing is they all are located in different parts of the world. Like no two houses are in the exact same place, you know, and even if you live in a block, they'll have a lot of apartments in a block can be have different energies depending on where they are situated within the block of apartments. So that also brings in a whole other aspect, because there's no one size fits all. Every house is unique. The year they're built is different as well. And also the size and the shape are different. Now you're like, what is this to do with the Feng Shui? Well, I like to describe Feng Shui as acupuncture for your home, but it's also like getting an astrology reading for your home. So if you've ever read the back of a newspaper and you saw Leo, I'm Leo, August, whatever, there's a little thing. And it's like, how many Leos do you know? How could that 4 lines define what's going to happen for me for the whole week, or for this week or this month? Of course, that's not going to be an accurate description for every single Leo. Maybe it's going to have a slight influence and impact, but not massive, because if you've any idea of what astrology and how astrology works, is that there's a lot of other things happening, stars going on in the planets based on the year that you were born, the time that you were born. If you're working with a professional astrologer, they literally look at the exact minute that you were born to define what energies are impacting you and have been impacting you since born. It's exactly the same for Feng Shui. Like the year that your house or your apartment or your tiny home was built actually is impacting the energy of your home. And that's what makes it even different. So as you start to hear this, maybe you're starting to hear oh my God, my house is more like a person. It has a date of birth. When we run Feng Shui numbers, it's like an astrology reading that we're doing for your home, which is like, wow, never heard of this before. And that astrology reading then gives us some information. This information tells us lots of amazing things. First of all, it highlights all the good energies that can be unfolding in someone's home. So for example, you can often think of a house or a family that you're like, they're doing well. Like they always have abundance. There's always like a flow of money. They have a lovely driveway, nice flowers, a nice car. And you're like, oh yeah. So that house will have an energy often that's associated with being good for people and good for money. And that literally is dictated by the year the house is built, the size of it, the shape of it, that reading that we've done for it based on the compass also. hopefully you're like, wow, this is way more than decluttering and putting like little money frogs in your prosperity area. Because if that's the kind of feng shui you're interested in, this isn't the feng shui channel for you. So let's keep going. So every house is unique, and when we do this astrology reading, they'll never like a lot of consultants never tell you, or experts share, that there's 4 different house types: good for people, bad for people, good for money, bad for money. There's also different cycles that every house goes through, and these cycles can be very positive from a personal perspective. So they can be very supportive for everybody in the house, but there's other cycles that it can move through on an annual basis or a 20-year basis that literally can freeze money. And we had this experience many years ago. Dived deeper into feng shui. Ken was living in this house, and he actually had a year where there was a lot of financial difficulties, and it felt like, just like, what just happened? He was working for a company for 6 months and he didn't get paid for that whole 6 months. He was a contractor and he could have gone bankrupt. Now, it all got sorted literally like a few weeks after the cycle, the Chinese New Year. It all got sorted, he got all the money, and it worked out. Now, sometimes if you don't know that this is happening, you could be like, well, what is going on? It's just this thing, the company, whatever. But he was in a house that was actually in a money lock. So there can be all these different things going on in different cycles that if you don't know about, that can be impacting you. And this is part of the unconsciousness of not being aware that your physical environment, your home, is impacting your finances, your bank account, your health, your well-being. The other thing that is never really shared that I found is that, like, there's a lot of emphasis on the aesthetics of a house, you know, and honestly, I believe that Instagram and Pinterest have really done a massive disservice to people in terms of creating added stress that is not necessary for people. Like, feng shui is not about a perfect home. It is not about your home being out of a magazine and perfect. What it's about is a home that is harmonious, that everybody is healthy, that everyone's thriving, that you feel good, that there's flow. And that's what feng shui is about flow and joy. And this striving for the perfect home is not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is you to walk into your home and feel calm, feel happy, feel supported, feel like life is going your way. And that is what I also wanted to share, because oftentimes feng shui has been misconstrued about fearful things about your home. I want you to fall in love with your home and be grateful that you have a home. If you have a home, you're among the top percentage of people in the world to actually have a home, to be able to start to feng shui and to recognize that this space has an energy, and that you start to appreciate it. You start to recognize that every area of your home is impacting your life. So there can be this kind of, as I said, aesthetic, don't put, or maybe do put a money frog in here, or put a dragon at this place, or put these, I don't know, coins hanging here. And that's, for me, not what this is about. It is about creating an environment that supports you so powerfully, and that you can really flourish and thrive. And if you'd like to flourish and thrive more in your home, I would love to support you more. I have an amazing mini course called Feng Shui 101 that is an introduction to what Feng Shui is and how it works. I also have so many other videos here on my YouTube channel. So if there is a specific topic that you want to get some help with, so whether it's your health, your career, your finances, your relationship, feng shui does cover every area of your life. And that is one of my favorite things about this practice, is that when you start to change the energy of your home, you're starting to set the wheels in motion for more flow in every area of your life. It's truly miraculous. And I've seen so many incredible things unfold. But do come and join me in my Feng Shui 101 mini course. This is where you'll learn more about this amazing practice, and you'll start to get started with actually bringing more flow into your life. Thank you so much.